Reputation risk exists where the performance or conduct of an organisation falls short of the expectation of its stakeholders. We think here about customers, shareholders, the general public and wider media. It's unquestionably a very real threat to big business. Findings from the World Economic Forum in 2012 found 25% of a company's value is now linked to its reputation. Driving this reputation risk can be classified in two streams: direct and indirect. Direct is the conduct or controllable influence of that company. We think about ethics, fraud, bribery and corruption, security breaches both physical and cyber, and failings of products and services linked to health and safety. But there is also the emergence of the indirect stream, which sees companies held accountable for the actions of their third parties, their supply chain, distributors, agents, partners. This is the area of most concern, as companies have the least amount of control. The first and very practical reason why reputation risk is of increasing concern to our clients is that it's firmly established as a board-level issue. We've seen a number of CEOs fall on their sword recently because of business failings magnified by the lens of reputation loss. Think of course of VW and the emissions scandal. It is no wonder therefore that large enterprises are overhauling traditional governance via committee and thinking more dynamically about addressing risk in this area. The second key driver is the prevalence and influence of social media in setting the agenda. Traditionally, experts have talked about the newspaper test and forecasting damage to reputation through the appearance of adverse headlines. However, we think the Twitter test is probably more indicative of the landscape we find ourselves in 2016. So we think there are 4 stages in outlining and establishing a reputation risk management program. The first is to identify, but crucially prioritise, the stakeholders that drive the value of your organisation. We think here of the merging of third-party interactions with your own. The second is to audit your position against their expectations, identify vulnerabilities and gaps. On a high level, that's people and process. On an application level, it's technology and increasingly data. In a complex world, crisis management is a consequence of doing business. The third is to break down traditional silos. Reputation risk is pervasive across a number of traditional reporting lines. Response times to issues is paramount in limiting the negative impact. And finally, draw out the ideal solution. Our world revolves on delivering global market intelligence. Our clients therefore focused on what content, delivered how often, and to whom, in order to underwrite an effective risk management strategy.